Hello, Lions. This is your video helper to help you find scholarly sources in our databases. If you are ISM, AP Capstone, another class looking for peer-reviewed academic journals, I'm going to show you some databases that house those and then how to search for those. So for ISM, you can click on this ISM, and then I'm also going to put an icon that's going to look similar to this over here on this side so that you can access this anytime during the school year. Capstone and any other class, Capstone, you will have this video in all of these databases in your Mac and VIA group, and then if you're in another class, you'll probably have these databases in whatever Mac and VIA group you're doing. So for now, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go click here. This video helper will be embedded here and linked here. Once I'm in the ISM group, I have placed specifically databases that contain peer-reviewed journals in here, and so I'm going to show you how to advance search for those. When we are talking about peer-reviewed sources, I'm going to have to click over here to go over here so I can show you this. When we're talking about peer-reviewed sources, we're talking about scholarly academic journals. And as I have previously explained to you before, a journal is a collection of articles usually written by scholars in an academic or professional field. An editorial board reviews articles to decide whether they should be accepted. Articles in journals can cover very specific topics or narrow fields of research, and many academic journals are also peer-reviewed, which means that the articles have been evaluated by scientific, academic, or professionals who work in the same field and can verify their accuracy. So when we're looking at academic journals, we can go one step further and look at whether or not they are peer-reviewed. So journals look like, when you find one in print, they look like a magazine. However, this resource right here basically compares side-by-side scholarly or academic journals versus trade journals versus popular magazines, okay? So when we're looking at scholarly journals, they usually report results of original research and/or experimentation. Trade journals report industry, trade trends, products, and news, whereas popular magazines report current events, opinions, and general information. They look very different if you're looking at a print version. And it's very important to note the difference in authors. Scholars or experts in fields of studies or various disciplines are the authors of the articles in a scholarly journal. Industry specialists and or staff writers of trade journals write the articles for those. And then journalists, reporters, staff, or even freelance writers, people that don't normally write for news publications, can contribute to popular magazines, okay? The reason why scholarly journals are one of the best sources is because the audience for those is academic or specific people, students, researchers in a field. So you know it's going to be quality information. Also, the language in scholarly journals is going to be academic and technical, and they're going to have heavily cited their article. They're going to have used other research pieces to create their own research piece, okay? So down here it says peer-reviewed journals. Before publication, peer-reviewed or refereed journals go through a highly critical and rigorous review process by other scholars in the author's field or specialty. This review process ensures that the content being published is first being evaluated by the author's peers and also reflect the solid scholarship in their fields of study. Scholarly journals are academic journals, although peer-reviewed journals are always scholarly in nature. Scholarly journals are not always peer-reviewed. So just because you're looking at an academic journal doesn't necessarily mean that it's peer-reviewed. Okay, scholarly journals are research-focused, reporting results of original research and experimentation, and they are heavily cited in the form of footnotes or bibliographies. However, peer-reviewed journals require a strict peer approval for publishing. A scholarly journal that is not peer-reviewed only requires the approval of an editorial board. So, those are kind of the differences between different types of magazines: scholarly journals, trade journals, popular journals, and then the difference between a scholarly journal or an academic journal and a peer-reviewed journal. Okay, in your Mac and VIA group, I've also placed a couple of videos. This one, peer review in 3 minutes, and this one, scholarly versus popular. These are both great videos that kind of explain to you a little more in depth about the difference between a magazine and an academic journal, and then the difference between a scholarly or academic journal and a peer review. So when we are looking at the databases, many of the databases contain academic journals or scholarly journals. So I'm just going to show you really quickly how to search for those things. So in all of these, you're going to want to go to the advanced search, and then you will notice right here it says more options, peer-reviewed journals. If you want to find something specifically that's been peer-reviewed, you can click that peer review button, and then your search results will contain the peer-reviewed. Okay? In Explorer, again, you're going to want to go to the advanced search, and then you'll notice right here, scholarly peer-reviewed journals. If you click this when you do your advanced search, then you'll be able to find those peer-reviewed. General one file, opposing viewpoints in context, science in context, student resource in context. These all look like academic one file. So when you come up here and you click on one of these, and then you go to the advanced search, you're going to have that option to choose peer-reviewed journals. Okay. ProQuest looks a little bit different. For one thing, you can click the peer-reviewed right here in the basic search. You can also go to advanced search if you want to advanced search, and then you can also choose peer-reviewed here as well. Okay. So those are some of the databases. These are all databases that contain academic or scholarly journals, and then they also contain peer-reviewed journals, which you can single out through the advanced search options. As always, if you guys have any questions or you're not sure about something, please feel free to come and talk to me here in the library, or you can email me, lambertin@friscoisd.org, with any questions that you have. Good luck, Lions!